7 Badge Gang, my message to you is very clear. Do not be disheartened, for our day will come. 7 Badge will rise up. We will get what is ours. Stay faithful, stay loyal, 7 Badge. We got this. Don't let the 8 Badge people bring you down. And cut.
Cut.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Damn Show. We have the one and only Mebynetta. Maybe, how's it going?
Hi, doing great, doing great. Love what happened this last week.
We're gonna talk all about it, and Diamond Hands gonna make it. What's up, Diamond?
Fully pumped, ready to roll. Let's get the damn show going.
Let's get this damn show going. We got so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start. Like what a Thursday, guys. Let's just start there. How about that? What a Thursday. I don't think we've had a action-packed Thursday like that in a very long time. So how are you guys feeling?
How am I feeling? Okay, first of all, it was so late for me because I'm still in Europe. So I was trying to go through those facts and everything that they wrote. It was so late. My eyes were like, okay, what is this? I have to learn so many new things. And yeah, it was so many things to learn, but it was incredible. We got like finally we found out about NTD, what it is, what it's not. So NTD does not exist anymore, but we are going to be powered by Ape, which is something that I love and I'm super supportive about, because I think that a coin so important like Ape that has so many different uses in the space, it's definitely stronger. It's gonna be more difficult for it to crash or get any problems that maybe other smaller coins had. We all know what happened with Milk and other smaller tokens. So I'm super happy about that.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it. Diamond, how about you? How are you feeling just overall from this past week?
Oh, just super grateful to be ingratiated into the ApeCoin ecosystem myself. Buy the Ape back when it dropped. And so, like, this is my opportunity to kind of bend into that fold. And I think that's kind of the beauty of what 10KTF is doing, is building these cross-platform ecosystems, right? And I also saw Figgy put out that tweet, or at least 10KTF put out a tweet that had Figgy's ape in it that was talking about not fighting, but working together, right? And then World of Women threw a retweet on that, and like seeing some of our other parent ecosystems start to come together, I'm really excited about. But if I was being honest, like, hey, like this ApeCoin thing, pretty big deal, y'all, and extends what the apes are doing as far as their ecosystem as well. And one point that I really haven't heard enough like rattling of the cages about is that we can now confirm that like the Otherside Coda bottle was in what Wagny's doing, that Wagny's glasses were in the other side, right? And now we've got the ApeCoin bridge going on here. NTD's no longer a thing. But then also on top of that, 10KTF's dropping the crates, right? So we got the crate drop on the way, which they've already shown weapons to, which like vis-a-vis, right? Like deductive reasoning, these are the first fucking weapons that are going in the other side, y'all. Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And that goes back to the first physicals that are going to be in the metaverse as well, with their shoes and backpacks. They all give us power ups. And actually, this jumps into, let's talk about Battletown very quickly. So these level 2 weapons, and for those that are just tuning in, don't worry, we're going to walk through everything that they announced and what it all means. But I want to quickly talk about Battletown as a platform, as a gaming engine. When we think about it, these are all items that give our PFPs power up boosts. And so just imagine in the other side, I think it's going to be exactly the same way. Right now, what they're doing is they're testing out what each item should give you power up wise, so that when you're actually in the other side, they already have the whole system mapped out and ready to go. And so I really think what we're doing with Battletown is we're building like that engine, like the intelligence engine on the game, and other side is going to be like the 3D render of Battletown. Essentially, it just makes complete sense to me. What else could it be, given how linked these ecosystems are, beyond just like a loose partnership? They're very tightly linked. And so we're essentially playing the other side right now with Battletown without the 3D skin. Then in the future, We're going to have that with the cool weapons and our PFPs on it. And I think this is going to be incredible.
Wagmi-san is already in the other side. We saw him. The last week video is in New
Oh,
Tokyo, but that looks a lot
yes.
like the other side.
You're 100% right. There were some conversations about that feeling like other side game. And so, yeah, 100%. We're already
Mhm.
in it. So I want to start the conversation with 10 KTFers and our speculation.
Mm.
There may be a reputation, or people might say that we're tinfoil, we have wild theories, but how often are we right? And I hope you guys know what I'm leading into with this. This blows my mind. I don't know about you guys, but this absolutely blows my mind. So let me set this up. In January, 10KTF announced ERC20 tokens, New Tokyo dollars, and New Tokyo dollars will enable you to acquire the next phase of materials, tools, grailed items, physical rewards, and adventures yet to be discovered in New Tokyo. And we got it 204 days later. However, do you guys remember this image when it came out in March?
Yes.
And everybody remembers.
It says ape. It says ape.
Ape.
That's what everyone was
Yeah.
saying. It says ape. We're getting fucking ApeCoin in the chat.
This
Yeah.
was in March. This was in March. We're now in August. Okay, so a clean 5 months. People were like, that looks like ape, not sail, even though it's supposed to say sail, right? And we had like the people really bullish on that theory. We had people that were, you guys are crazy, 10 KTF tinfoil hatters. Trippy Chat would have been like, you guys are nuts. Stop making up stories. And yet, unbelievably, New Tokyo Dollars is in fact ApeCoin. And I think it's been that all along. And I think this is the team playing into like that speculation, right? Because
Mhm.
like that's not an L, but like I could see why that people would be
No.
like, no, it's an L. Like it's just a weird L, but it's an L. Like that's oh my god, it's so funny.
And shout out to Swilson. Swilson, sometimes you see some crazy things, but many times you're right. So you called it.
I've got to be honest with y'all. Like, I've been called a conspiracy theorist a few times over along this journey. I met with somebody like last week, and they're like, "Dude, you come off like a fucking conspiracy theorist for KTF." And like, I didn't know if it was nice or not. I don't know how, like, conspiracy theory. But
Yeah.
I'm also the only person that we knew has ever put a like on that says that I understand the story, right?
Mm,
Like, like we've been digging for so long, and it's all these deductive clues that we've been reading through, right? Whether it's the team's discords, right, the shopkeepers' discords, and like reading through their like history or who they're following, who Wagme's following, right? Who's Wagme liking tweets for? What projects is he looking at? Like, what's going on the blockchain? Is there any hints in Biggie's wallet we can find, right? And that's kind of like this if covert operation that the team's got going on. And kudos to all our amazing team members. We're slowing down the videos frame by frame. Like, speaking of, like, Netta got a heart and maybe on the table this week in the video. If you look at it,
right.
probably Tails got there's a happy birthday Tails with a heart on it, right? And there's a little diamond hands with a heart above that, right? I've had like a few different things put in along this journey, but like we just even leave those low key, right? If you check my Twitter feed, I don't even mention those because we're just leaving it all. If you know, you know. But if you're watching the damn show, if you're tuning into these Twitter spaces that our amazing community members are hosting, if you're tapping into the Discord, right, and asking any questions, Netta's amazing newcomer thread that she did. We're trying to get this information out, y'all. And it's us community members. Kudos to the team for folding everything that we're like talking about, all this crazy ass speculation, and like finding a way to like bridge it into what they're doing on their end as far as their larger operation. They've said that we're the heroes of the story. And I think that they've proven it time and time again by continuing to show us individual community members in the story ourselves. And when you can line up a piece of speculation like that and then nail it, it's like, fuck, that feels good. Oh yeah, I'm an oracle. I could read the future.
100%. And you know what? Let's jump into what happened this week from the very beginning, okay? Because I think last time people appreciated the tweet by tweet breakdown of what happened. So let's do the exact same format. I'm going to start with this tweet right here. So it says, for this to work, we're going to need to stop competing with each other. We're all on the same team against the kaiju. We're going to have to think bigger than just New Tokyo dollars. And we'll need weapons, powerful weapons. And let me go to the quote tweets. If I scroll down to the third one, we see World of Women quote tweeted this with a eye, handshake, and lightning emoji. This is, I think, the first signal that World of Women has given to 10KTF directly.
First,
Is that correct?
yes, it's the
Go,
first time.
maybe go on that.
Yeah, so I've been like a lot of time talking about 10KTF in the World of Women Discord with team members. We have Danny T, that is a team member in the World of Women, that she's been in 10KTF since the start. But we never had an, let's say, an endorsement from World of Women to 10KTF directly using like official social platforms like this time. So this is crazy because recently World of Women dropped the capacitors both from for WoW and WoWG. So we got blue capacitors and green capacitors. What we know about these capacitors is that they are, at the moment, they are uncharged, but they can be charged. And once they're charged, they can be either beneficial or dangerous. The thing is that they use this emoji of electricity, which makes me think about that, which makes me think that maybe there is a lot more. It's not just, okay, we support you. All the story behind also this new drop of capacitors, all of this story behind the electricity sign, I think it could be related to 10KTF, or not only 10KTF, related to the other side. So maybe the capacitors are also an object for the other side. Because let's go back again with World of Women. In the star map, in World of Women, we have the small spaceship, because WoW is part of all of that. WoW is part of the other side. We already know that. So I don't know, a lot of things that start to connect. And this is probably for many tinfoily again, but I don't care. I see something coming through this. I see, wow, 10KTF, the other side, all coming together with this. And I just can't wait, because those are my two favorite projects. So I love it.
And the new Tokyo Electric Company as well. Like knowing that 10KTF, that's like they built that into our Discord a while back. I mean, that was a few months ago. And at the party in Brooklyn, all possible members that were there, the team members from Possible and the team members from Wenew Labs, all had new Tokyo Electric Company sweatshirts on. Figgy, what's up? Hook me up with one of those, fam. What's going on? With that being said, with the clues as well, that reminded me, y'all, I remember when I first got in, I was jumping around like Twitter, right? I was acting like a little nutbag, right? Doing what Diamond Hands does. I've got this Wag Me Son missing poster, right? And I'm posting it on like random like parent discords, like asking if they know where my friend is. Like, we're looking for Wag Me Son, y'all. And I posted on Stoner Cat one day. I was like, have y'all seen my friend? Like, what's up? And we're still waiting for Mrs. Stoner and Wag Me to link up. Can we do like one of those, what are they called? When you hook someone else up on a date, what do they call that? Like a
Set up
blind date. Let's set up a blind date for Wag Me and Mrs. Stoner. Yeah, come on, y'all. Like MSC community. Let's get this pumping. It's been long enough. They're just an adorable old couple. Like, that's how we're all gonna make it. I think that's where when we start the bull run is when Wag Me and Mrs. Stoner finally link up. That being said, I was posting on Stoner Cat's Twitter and I was like, hey, do you know where Wag Me is? Like, Mrs. Stoner, oh my goodness. And next thing you know, because I knew that Ashton Kutcher and Guy Osiri and Sound Ventures and what they were doing, right, connected through Mila Kunis. Sorry if I butchered that name, my bad. But yeah, connected through that, like Sound Ventures and what was going on there. It's like, oh, that's awesome. You know, there might be a link here with 10KTF, right? My tinfoil brain. Like, oh, that might be a Guy Osiri link there. Okay, cool. Sound Ventures, what's up? And when I did that, I posted that on there. Maria Bajwa replied to that and said, CC at Figgy, at M Figgy, right? And so I back then I was like, well, I fucking know what's going on anyway. So I put a reply back and I said, CC, if you know, and put a little sparkle on it. And then she liked that and like we just kept it moving or whatever, right? But like that was like the first moment where I was like, oh fuck, I'm getting chin checked by the team. They're doing background, like they're asking who I am, like, cause that's by her, CC, and Figgy's like, hey, who is this crazy motherfucker, Figgy? Like, and I was just like, hey, if you know, like, I actually, like, I think I know what's going on. It's all good. And I just try to like leave it alone. But I'll never forget that moment now, seeing that ApeCoin's been bridged and Maria Bajwa's on the board of ApeCoin actually now. So like,
Yep.
just once again, another like 9 months later, who knows if, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really knows what's going on with all this. But I think it's just funny, these deductive clues that we can read through, like the capacitators needing to be charged, 10KTF having an electric company by chance, right? And knowing that the other side bridge that wows him with the other side too. Yeah, I think there's some funny things moving in the background, but you really got to be paying attention, and you got to be secure with your tinfoil too. You got to be comfortable wearing that tinfoil. So.
And what I'm comfortable in is 10KTF and Wenew's ability to produce incredible videos. And this video that was the second tweet on the Thursday is very much Westworld opening scene, the starting, it's in that style. And so let's go to that right now and let's watch this.
Boom.
I
Awesome.
mean,
Oh my
I mean,
god.
w- what a video. And then there's the second tweet that announces it 10KTF is powered by ApeCoin. Learn how to convert your points at the FAQ at 10KTF.com. And then they have 10kfriends.org to even talk about. So let's start with, I mean, we got to start with the table, guys, right here. Let me blow that up and zoom in. So we got, what is that? Maybe with the heart. And then down here we have diamond hands at the heart. And then we got happy birthday tails here. So you guys are in the freaking video. I mean, that's unreal. How do you guys feel about that?
Oh my god, I love it. It's just, I don't know, it just makes you feel so special. It's like it's like they see you, they appreciate you. It's awesome. First of all, every week I just hope with all my heart that they're gonna drop a video. I'm like, please, this week, not only pictures, please, because videos, I know obviously they takes a lot more work for them and everything, but videos are so
Mm.
amazing. Like they do these crazy productions. And yeah, I put a tweet regarding the table, and I wrote like, when moon, why my name is on your table or something like that. Just DM me, contact me as soon as possible. And then she contacted me, Trevor, and she told me that she was very happy that I found my name in there. So
No way. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's incredible.
Hey, no
yeah.
lie, I've reached out to Wagner in the DMs a few times, just letting him know we got his back, whatever he needs. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And like, I've really reached out on Twitter. I'm still waiting for that reply, Wagner. Whenever you get the chance, just let me know. Soldiers are ready. You know, General's got us all gathered up in the enlist section of the Discord right now, and we're all ready to roll. But no, just super grateful, really humbled. Every, you know, it's amazing this team's able to allow us, like I said, to see ourselves in this project. I hope they don't take my Diamond Hands chair out of the shop when they rebuild. I'm hoping that they can find some place in storage for that to hang out a little longer.
That's
But like,
undestructible. That's not even the kaiju can destroy that.
yeah, diamonds, right? I mean, that's what I heard. Diamonds are forever. So, no, but there's been these low key hints. This team does an incredible job of recognizing our community members along the journey for the work that they put in. I know that there's plenty more of these little Easter eggs that come out later, right? Because in the gaming world, that's what we're all about. Like, did you find that Easter egg? Did you know? You know, if you know, right? And so these little low-key Easter eggs that they leave in there for us, and they're really covert, right? Like, it's not meant to be a huge advertising. It's this low-key little, and they all came with heart, right? It's this low-key little stamp of love that says, hey, we really appreciate you holding it down for us the way you do, you know? So it's just a little bit to keep you going along the journey, and it really does fill up your, you know, your heartful cup. So thank you to the team a bunch for that.
Yeah, and Then we get into, if you go back to the video now, then let's get into what's on the table. So we have the sword, okay? We have Boring
Flamethrower.
Company flamethrower, exactly. We have the hat, the vest, and the combat boots, and then we have the helmet, and just like this incredible visuals. And then there we have one with Figgy's PFP on it, like that. The colors look incredible. And if I scroll back here and get the full view of it, right? So there's the sword. We have everything on the table. Now, here's the thing. This isn't the first time that we've seen this. We've seen these many times before. So this might not be the first time that it's come up, but on May 5th, Wen is wearing the vest, the hat, the flamethrower. She has the sword. She has the boots down here as well with the, you can see little Figgy's head popping off over
Yeah.
here. And so there's probably so much alpha in plain sight in every one of these illustrations that only makes sense later on. And so this is 4 months ago now, and here's all the level 2 tools. And we've talked about this in the past, that these are probably level 2 tools, because why else would they have the PFPs on it, right? And now in August, that's been confirmed. And so, really, the only difference between speculation in the community and something being a fact is just the fact that the team hasn't officially announced it. So, that's the only difference, because this we've known about for a long time. And we've known since last year that level 2 is coming, right? Just conversations that people have had. And now that they've announced it and it's official, it's much more easier to point to. So, I thought that's interesting.
Way back when, I used to mention this all the time, but like as far as staying connected to this project, staying connected to this community, there's no other way you could actually understand what's going on with this as far as like opportunities. I said it's not insider information, right? This isn't insider information. Sure as hell not, right? Because nobody really knows what's going on. But it's about as close as you can get to trying to understand the story before it happens than you can get with anything else going on in the space right now. So at least like for the opportunities for speculation and opportunities to try to read through the lines, if that's things you like to do, come and join us in the Discord. Come and join us on our spaces. We love to open up some opportunity for folks to get in and chip in their 2 cents. I love seeing the people that are new in the Discord saying, you know, I think I've got this thing solved, y'all. And they're all worked up. And it's like, I remember where I was 8 months ago. I thought I had this thing pinned down too, but don't worry, this team's got a curve coming around the corner for you. So they keep
There's
it
always
really
a curve.
fun for us.
There's always a
Yeah,
curve.
yeah.
And then we have the pizza boxes. So there was alpha in pizza boxes all along. I think the one mistake we all made was we never asked for a pizza box in Brooklyn. We never said, hey, I like the pizza, but let me see what's inside the box. And big mistake, because there was apparently a lot of alpha in pizza boxes. Let's go through them. Secrets in pizza boxes. We have little Wagmi-san saying, we want you, how to save New Tokyo. And maybe, of course, we have some pineapples
Why?
down here. Always.
Why? I thought it was not accepted. Also, Bam told me she's by my side.
But I don't know. Somebody in the team is egging you on with these little pineapples. And it's definitely just pizza, not. Read carefully. So let's go through each of these. First, they've announced level 2. They've announced that New Tokyo Dollars is Ape, and everybody's going to be able to get level 2 items. How do you get these level 2 items? Well, all the missions that we've been doing in Battletown, surprise, they weren't for nothing. So depending on how many badges you got, you'll be able to mint up to a certain number of crates. So if you have 1 to 2 badges, you can mint up to 3 crates, and then so on and so forth. If you are badge gang 7 or badge gang 8, you can mint up to 6 separate crates. So naturally, the question is, well, what's in the crates? These are the crates. Nice little ages 69 and up. And so, sorry, young bloods, only 69 and up for this one. We're all going to need fake IDs, by the way. So get your fake IDs ready.
In New Tokyo.
Send me some ApeCoin and I'll make you a fake ID. Don't even worry about it. Let's talk afterwards, okay? But because we want to make sure that you can open up your crates. But these are the crates, and obviously what's inside each of these crates are the blanks for all the level 2 weapons. And so that's what you'll be able to craft with by doing all the missions. Now, each of these will cost 130 Ape. Naturally, it's powered by Ape, and we can see that there's actually an Ape list. So people that are holding at least 130 Ape can sign up, on 10ktf.com/apelist, and they'll get ape listed for the crate drop as well. And it says, well, what can I use ape for? Well, level 2 combat gear, level 1 crafting, exclusive merch, IRL events, and more. So ApeCoin is going to be doing a lot more, and it's going to be bringing a lot more friends into the battle for New Tokyo, because now it's the ecosystem's main coin. And let's round it off with one last one before we start talking about all of this. How to save New Tokyo? Well, we need people. We got to enlist people to get warriors ready to save New Tokyo. And so one of the things that they're doing is if you have any badge on battle.town, you can actually invite people and you'll get this new recruiting badge. And so find somebody that is looking to purchase a crate, get them on the whitelist, and with that you'll get this badge, and they'll get a badge if they purchase a crate when the sale goes live. So those are the only ways. To summarize, it's if you were part of the missions, you'll be able to purchase these crates, and if you have ApeCoin, you'll be able to purchase these crates if you put yourself on the ape list. And then the only other way is to get enlisted by somebody that's already in Battletown. So a lot of tweets, a lot of information. What does everybody think? Diamond, let's start with.
I'm trying to get one of those heart badges for sure. It seems like a lot of folks, I mean, we're all on the spot trying to make sure that people get the access to 10KTF ecosystem. If they do, I don't think I'll be able to mint 6 crates anyways. So I'm 8 of 8 badge. What up, 8 of 8 gang? Kind of a war going on in the Discord right now, depending on how many badges you got. So I got to rep with my 8 of 8 gang real quick.
Nope. Sorry.
Were you 7 8 gang?
I'm 7 badge gang, and 7 badge gang. My message to you is very clear. Do not be disheartened, for our day will come. 7 badge will rise up. We will get what is ours. Stay faithful, stay loyal, 7 badge. We got this. Don't let the 8 badge people bring you down. Back to you, Diamond.
Way to hold it 10 toes down, 8 badge gang. Like really 10 toes, not 9.5 toes, but 10 toes down, 8 badge gang. Love y'all. Love y'all. Hey, it's all good though. I guarantee you, I'm gonna end up being like badge 11 of 12 gang or something like that. I think the team's gonna try to put a sneak mission on us. It's gonna get more difficult to keep collecting badges as we go on. And that being said, right now with these badges to donate, just a real quick point. People was in the chat, 3 months ago looking for 1 of 1 human hearts, right? In general. So for what that's worth, seeing that badge logo, that heart logo on that badge kind of got me like, oh dang, like if people's looking for 1 of 1 human hearts, and what we do is like thinking about the greater ethos and connecting projects and bringing in more people into 10KTF. I don't know. I figure there's got to be some type of a goodie coming down for this. And like, how could I end up like, this could be my chance that I end up of like 8 of 9 badge gang, because after this, there's gonna be some folks that don't get badges, right? So hopefully y'all aren't being greedy with your damn crates out there. If you got a crate, give it out, y'all.
Hey, maybe I gotta ask you, which gang are you a part of? I gotta know.
What do you think?
You already know.
No. Are you 8 badge as well?
Yeah, I'm getting 2
No.
free crates.
I demand justice for 7 badge.
Oh my god, I remember that day. It was crazy. The day of the sudden assault mission. It was crazy. We were going like we were on Twitter tweeting like, as much as we could, because we needed more people, because we weren't reaching the power level to be able to actually complete the mission. So we were all tweeting, all trying to get people to register, and then we didn't make it. But yeah, I registered. So I have 8 badges, and thank you so much to the team again for rewarding us. I'm getting 2 crates, and I'm getting 2 flamethrowers. No, I'm joking. I don't know what I'm getting, but everyone wants to get a flamethrower because we saw obviously that it has the highest points. So that's the dream to get that. But I will see if I can get a heart badge. I already enlisted someone, and it's not actually a person that I know, because it's really a new person that will enter the 10KTF ecosystem. I really hope they're gonna mint so that I get this badge. But you never know. Maybe they change their mind last minute and I'm gonna be again with less badges than the total amount, but it's okay.
7
can
badge.
happen.
Don't lose faith.
What happened when you missed your badge, Atareh? It had to be something serious. right?
You know what? I wasn't going to reveal this, but now that you ask me, I'm going to go on the record. Let me pull up the badges and you'll see exactly what happened. Like, it's a good story. You know, things were going well. We have Battletown and I'm making up the missions. I'm showing up and I'm like, yeah, I got this. Oh, these are easy. Boom. Okay. Let's start from the very bottom. Rise from the ashes. Easy. Done. Stand guard. Uh-huh. Sudden assault. Yeah, I was there actually. The 15-minute
What?
one. I was there, guys. Not
Oh,
an issue. And then the
I
do or
was
die
sure it
one.
was that one. The problem. I was sure it was that one.
I don't even the do or die. What was this about? When did this happen? Missed reward. Guys, I don't know. It says do or die, and I died. And this is where I died right here. It would have
Oh
been easy to
no.
say, yeah, sudden assault, 15 minutes, whatever it was, or 2 hours to get in the mission. No, it was a regular mission.
you just
And
you
yep,
just
phoned
weren't
it in.
there.
I just phoned it in. I was just like, no,
I
not
hope
the
you had a nice day. It was
I
so
I
so
wish I could
great for
remember
you what you were doing.
I wish I could remember what I was doing during that so I
I,
can just go and like smack myself.
I'm pretty sure that's the one that Mitty ended up like leaving his professional photography shoot. He like
Oh my
told his
god.
client, "Hey y'all, there's a mission going on right now. Gotta go. Like sudden assault just went down. I can't miss out on this one too." And it like because sudden assault had just happened and it left us all in this like, oh shit, if we only have an hour to register, am I gonna be able to get registered for the next one? And so like people were very like serious about not leaving their laptops anywhere beyond like arm's length, right? And Mitty was like, oh dude, I left it at the house. I told my client I had to drive back to the house. I left the studio, went and got my laptop, got back, finished up the shoot, wagged me 10 toes down, 8 club, not 9.5 toes down. What up?
You know what would be if I could find out the date of that mission? It would be delicious for me to say that, oh yeah, I didn't get that mission because I was busy writing a thread for 10 KTF. Yeah, that's right. I was helping onboard people and I missed the mission. So what's up with that?
I was recruiting people, so give me that badge.
Yeah,
I deserve
I'm trying really hard in some way, somehow to just be like, guys, please, I need
I,
this.
for as much free rent as 10 KTF eats in your head, Atareh, I know that you were definitely doing something 10 KTF related that day.
Probably.
For sure.
I want to move next into the level 2 tools, and maybe you mentioned it, the base power. Okay, so what is the base power of each 10 KTF item? So we have the level 1, and these are the power-ups that we get in the Battletown loadout when we load our items. And then obviously this is multiplied by the rarity, but level 2, we can see starts off at 35 with sock full of doorknobs, and then we have helmet and things kind of go down actually. They go 27, 33, 31, and then 65, 52, 76. So these are going to be the level 2 items in the power ups. And I imagine that in the same way that level 1 items have that rarity, these are going to have the rarity as well. And so these are going to be worth more as they multiply by like an uncommon, common, epic, or a rare. So what are your guys' thoughts about that?
Okay, first of all, what is the pilot helmet? Or what is the combat helmet? We see only one. Or did you see both of them in the video? I saw only one helmet.
I only saw one as well.
So there is
to have
one that we still have to find out how it looks, right?
And we have to find out what it does, right? A pilot helmet, right? Like we didn't see anything about flying. We haven't heard anything about flying in New Tokyo today, right? So this is the first introductory piece. That's what I started thinking about, was like, oh damn, like what are we gonna be flying around New Tokyo, right? Like if I got a helmet, like a pilot, we're driving something, right? Generally you think airplanes is where my mind goes. So maybe some sort of hover ships to be able to get from other deed land to other deed land or something like that. Who knows? But I think that we'll be flying something.
We will help killing the kaiju with some, combat planes. How do you call them? The military ones?
Like a fighter jet.
Yeah.
Okay, can I blow your guys' mind?
Yes.
This is my thread from July where I talk about the Otherside 10 KTF. And in one of the missions for the Otherside, it's called the Aeronauts. So it says, much of the Otherside is shrouded in mystery, but who knows what voyagers might discover with a different perspective. And when you Google aeronauts, means airship or flying craft. So what I wrote is that in the latter stage of the Voyager's journey, we will be getting some sort of aircrafts to get a different perspective, which leads into the last step of the journey. And the last step of the journey is the rift, where an interdimensional rift cut opens in the sky. And conveniently, we had just gotten aircraft. So pilot helmets for the other side, I think yes.
Oh my god.
Let's fucking go.
So that's
Vroom,
why
vroom, vroom.
they're hiding it.
They're always hiding it. It's always
They're
in plain
hiding it.
sight.
Why put everything but one item?
Hiding it. It's all alpha, always in plain sight. This team is executing on that level, and they know exactly what to hide to get the tinfoilers to come out.
Wow, it's gonna be like if I get one of those in my crate, I'm gonna be super happy. I want the pilot helmet and the flamethrower.
So, why don't we talk about that? I think a lot of people will find it interesting. What is our strategy? That's a question that I've been asked a lot, and I've seen people asking other people as well. Is what is your strategy with the crates? What is everybody going to be doing? How many are you minting? How are you thinking about approaching this next drop?
I've only got one strategy: buy and hold. Right? Like I haven't found the sell button yet, and so for me,
it's because Robin had turned the sell button off. That's why.
That's exactly what happened, actually. Whatever. That being said, okay, WAGMI ain't shutting the sell button down, okay? And I know that, okay? But that's the beauty of all this is like looking at like what could happen as far as like these crates. It's the open game theory. It's what we do. Everything is kind of an open game for us. Every turn we take, every twist we make our way around is an area that is an unknown, right? And so we enter these unknowns and people will find out stuff quick. People are already trying to quote unquote game the system, right? Mm-hmm. But what I've learned through WAGMI's journey, through this journey, is it's not about trying to do what the whales do. Like that's not the important things in this project. Well, yeah, you can accumulate more points and everybody wants a larger spot for themselves. We really kind of like that tweet was saying, the tweet with Figgy's Ape was saying, we don't really have to compete like that, right? Like we're a bit different in our community and the way that we operate. Not that there aren't these pieces to the market, not that it's not important to get all the juice out of the squeeze that you can, right? Like get all the juice for sure. But it's also like making sure that we understand that like the importance of lifting other people up. I can't count how many people I've seen trying to give up a crate for other people to have an opportunity to get into the ecosystem, where if people were really trying to whale over the top, it would be all 6 crates and let me sell all these other bits I have to be able to make sure that I can become the quote unquote top dog. That's one thing I absolutely love about this community is that when the tools dropped in October, people weren't in there trying to top dog anyone. People were, hey, do you need something crafted? How can I help? Do you need anything? How can I help? That was more the vibe instead of, oh, what's your strategy? Because I'm trying to get one over the top and be able to make the best play. So for me, diamond hands, holding tight, whatever happens is going to happen. And everybody out there working the market, go get it. But for me, I'm just trusting in the long game and all this.
Maybe, how about you?
Okay. Opposite of diamond hands. No, I'm joking. I just gotta sell the flamethrower for 10 ETH. No, like my strategy is like it depends on how much of ApeCoin I get. So because we don't know yet how much we're getting, we have seen a lot of speculation on Discord as well. We know that one ApeCoin is 85 NTD, so we can get a number of how much ape we have on the allocation and if we're staking any tools, but we don't know how much we're getting from missions. So what we think is that we're gonna get much more ApeCoin from missions than what we are actually getting from the initial allocation, which makes sense because they want people to be engaged in battle.town and all of that. So depending on how much I get, I don't know, I think I'm gonna go with the minting as many as I can, but I'm not gonna buy more ApeCoin. I'm just gonna use the ApeCoin that I'm gonna get. Also, I have a bit that I bought like a week ago, 2 weeks ago when it was very low. I bought some ApeCoin and I will see, probably gonna use it. So my strategy is mint as many crates as you can for free because I'm gonna mostly use the ApeCoin they give me so that you have higher probability to get some very interesting items like the ones that we were talking about. So like probably
flamethrower.
Come on. and then flip them. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. First, there is so much to check.
I'm trying to get a flamethrower and then check the rarity with that flamethrower and get an epic with my mutant and then sell that for 200 Ethereum. And I'm running off into the sunset, baby.
And then he's leaving the damn show forever.
It's the
Don't
DM
leave
show.
us. Don't leave us, Atareh.
No, I'm exactly in the same way where there's going to be a certain amount of ApeCoin that I'm getting, and I'm also getting 1 free crate. 7 badge gang, possibly 2 if you're listening.
You're trying hard. You're
I'm
trying.
trying. 7 is the new 8. I'm trying really hard. I don't
This
think
is
I've tried
groveling.
this hard. This is groveling, actually.
Groveling for a crate.
You know. Speaking of which, I got a phone call this week, and Boss Wolf was not happy. He was like, "Yo, that was some really low level groveling. I've seen so many people do so much better groveling. We have all those Twitter spaces. They play the woo like 15 times in a row, and you guys did it like twice." And so he gave me a new overlay. I apologize in advance for this, but he gave me this to show. It might cover some people's faces. I know. So let me bend down. This week's giveaway is sponsored by Boss Wolf. Boss Wolf, you gave us this beautiful overlay. You sandwiched maybe between 2 upside down wolves. And Diamond Hands doesn't even want to have his face on here. So that's
I have nowhere to hide. He left me nowhere to hide. Damn you, Boss Wolf. Or I mean, thank you, Boss Wolf. Thank you.
Watch what you say. Let me play his infamous. Can you guys hear that? Let me play that one more time. So we haven't even announced the winner of the other giveaway, which we're going to do right after this advertisement. But the next giveaway is also sponsored by Boss Wolf. That was way too many AUs. The next giveaway is also sponsored by Boss Wolf. We'll be doing 4 weeks of Boss Wolf Christmas, Boss Wolfmas, let's call it. So why don't we go ahead and find out who the winner is for last week's giveaway?
I'm trying to grab Boss Wolf's tail right now. Not working out.
It's not easy,
trying to get a holler out of.
Okay, so we got 220 entries loaded up. So anybody that's watching, your palms might be sweaty, your knees might be heavy. I just hope that you did not eat mom's spaghetti. Continue. Ready? I'm gonna begin draw.
Oh my god.
So this is the first winner of the damn show. You will be winning a World of Women Day Pack Genesis. Begin draw.
Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
No.
Logo Cryptos is the winner.
Oh,
Congratulations.
yes.
Movie SSK Logo Cryptos. We're gonna be DMing you with the damn account. Look out for that.
Oh,
Color chartist.
Somebody else won and didn't follow the damn show.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You gotta. The conditions are very specific. Follow the account, retweet. So, congratulations, Logo Cryptos. We will be in your DMs. You are the winner of the World of Women Genesis Day Pack from Boss Wolf. Boss Wolf, I hope you were happy with that much groveling. Next week, I hope you don't escalate this further because enough is enough. Back to the show.
Bye, Boss
Wolf. Finally breathe again. Jeez.
Oh, I know. The room just changes when he's here. Where were we? I was groveling for badges, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my strategy. I'm going to mint as many as possible. I think I'm going to get two of them free with just the ApeCoin and the 1 free for being an OG. And then I might shore up a little bit more ApeCoin to try to get 3, 4. And then really what I'm going for is I want to see what my PFPs, what they craft. If there's a rare, I'm going to use it. I'm going to go for it. If there isn't, and I know that there's something else on the marketplace that I can buy that gets me a rare, I'm probably going to do like a sell one and then buy the one that gets me the rare or the epic. I forget which one or which, but whatever the highest one is epic. I think it's epic. I want the epic. So that's my strategy. That's my alpha. Hopefully nobody else does this so that I can use this strategy and maximize my... No, I'm kidding.
I'm going to mint as many as I can too, but like, I don't know. yo, I don't know how to fucking sell for real. Diamond Hands is out here like when the whole WoW G thing came through, and people were like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, I got 2 epics on my WoW G, and I picked up my WoW G for like zero point 0.9 in ETH, and I'm like, I don't know how the fuck y'all do it, but good luck. I'll be over here holding it down, just waiting, right? Like, and that's not like a jealousy thing. It's like, fuck yeah, go get it. It's just for me, like to be doing all that swishing and like moving in the market. It's just one level that like Diamond Hands just don't have time for all that, you know? So like just having faith in this long and like minting what I can for sure. And then I got my Oni, that me and my Oni are just going to be doing my thing into the future, you know, just blessed to be able to get these goodies along this journey, and then the 2 free crates from the team, and then my NTD allocation, and I think I'll be able to come up with like 4 crates or so. So really excited about that.
And speaking of allocation, that's opening up in just about an hour and a half, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but let's go 10kfriends.org.
Yeah, 1.5, 1 and 20 minutes, something like that.
So the claim is going to be opening up in 1 hour and 22 minutes as of this recording. So everybody go here and we'll find out how much ape that we're getting. There was a lot of FUD as well in the community. And as OGs, we're pretty used to FUD Fridays. We know what the dynamics are. It's like, okay, we know when it's going to come and we know how long it's going to last. And so we're used to it. But I think some people weren't. And I think some people were also not happy with some of the things that happened. And so maybe could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, like beside all of the 7 badgers thing, that they were very unhappy, obviously. They were not getting the free crate. Yeah, there was a bit of disappointment, especially around whales, on the value of NTD. So the fact that we have 1 ape equals 85 NTD. So it feels like the initial allocation is not gonna get so much ape. And that's, yeah, that's a bit concerning for some of them, like especially for the big investors. The thing is that fortunately, I think there is a way to fix this, because if they are gonna give much more weight to missions, anyway, those whales were the ones that got the highest loadouts and power points, let's say. So probably they're gonna get a lot more on the mission side, which is gonna balance a bit this situation. But yeah, like even myself, when I go check how much ApeCoin I get from my initial allocation, is very little. But like I have faith that I'm gonna get more with the missions. So we will see. Now it's happening soon, and we will see how much we're gonna be able to claim.
Yeah, and I think that that's something that was brought up to me as well. My theory is that when you look at Battletown, it's an exciting product that's gotten a lot of people onboarded and people join each week, and a lot of fun happens around that, right? And the initial snapshot that happened in January, that while you reward people, that doesn't actually reward newer people. And so when you look at where
Mhm.
the future of 10KTF, it's really about getting people excited and engaged about Battletown. And if Battletown allocation only got like 20% of the 700,000 ape available, that'd be a very discouraging thing, because it said that it would have been better if you were around earlier. Going forward, don't expect too much from Battletown. And so I think that would send the wrong signals. So I can see where the balancing act of this all comes in, and it might almost feel like a lose-lose situation, because I'm sure if that there was more ape that 10KTF got, that they'd be happy to allocate that. But that was probably fixed amounts that they received from ApeCoin DAO or wherever it came from. And there probably wasn't a lot of wiggle room in that. And so it's like, how do you make everybody happy with the allocation? So that much I can understand. There was also a really interesting tweet by Indie Wolverine that was brought to my attention, and I want to bring that up here. So we have an unlock calendar, and September 2022 will be the first major unlock, which is about 33 million ape coins, or 3% of the supply. And he tweeted at me saying he was thinking about the 10KTF news today, and it reminded me about this upcoming unlock. Seems like a way for 10KTF to pump ApeCoin for this upcoming unlock in September. What are your thoughts on that? And so, I mean, it's a great point. It's that anytime there is an unlock of a coin, and this is anything, this can be flow token, this can be you name it. Anytime there's more supply created, that creates more liquidity, and that would reduce the price. And so, to me, if I'm Yuga, or if I'm a company that's operating on ApeCoin, then it makes sense for me to make sure that there are enough avenues for ApeCoin for people that have it or want to spend it, give people a reason to actually accumulate and spend it. And this is one of my greater theories that I have about ApeCoin in general, which for the record, I think this decade pretty bullish on it, given where it's showing up. It's showing up in the Gucci universe. It's showing up, I want to say Tag recently announced it with their watches. And so a lot of luxury brands are now accepting ApeCoin as a currency. And so I think ApeCoin is going to start showing up almost everywhere. I know there's condos in Miami that you can purchase with ApeCoin. And so I expect to see a lot more avenues and a lot more
Mhm.
inflows of ApeCoin wherever you go, because their goal is to make it the currency for culture and in Web3. And so the timing is obviously helpful from a strategic standpoint. I can totally see that. And I think that probably is in some way purposeful. But I also think that it was inevitable. We've known about New Tokyo dollars being ape for months and months. And so I don't think that this was
Mhm.
kind of last minute hatched together to band-aid a unlock, because those unlocks are going to happen. That's been planned. We know exactly when they're going to happen. So those are my thoughts about that.
At least the last piece we were talking about with investment, given an investment return, like some people have really put in quite a lot. And so when you see that you're only getting X amount of ApeCoin back from your NTD allocation, it can be a little disheartening. But like my biggest piece of all this is what is value. I think is like trying to redefine what value is along this journey, right? Like we have the monetary piece is important. I don't ever want to misplace that, right? But that being said, I think that we have how many different snapshots right now that we haven't seen allocated to us, right? So like the airdrop for those, this is just one claim that we're going to do with the ApeCoin. We know that we've got Kagami's. We know that we have literally 5 other snapshots that go with that. And so what does that look like as far as the future of the ecosystem and the way the team can add value with those snapshots itself? I think it's interesting that the team isn't wasting a snapshot airdrop on any of these crates. You can get an airdrop if you're an OG roll, you can get an airdrop if you're 8 of 8, but this isn't filling one of those snapshot rolls for us, right? Where they could just say, hey, if you want to fill up some of your snapshots, go ahead and we'll airdrop you some crates if you want to cover those. So as far as the team being conscious of the ecosystem, I think one thing for me is like, okay, yeah, and we haven't even seen physicals. Like they showed physicals at the Moonbird party, right? But we haven't had the opportunity to pick those up yet. And then knowing that like at least the speculation around the physical market within the other side could be 10 KTF, right? If you're going to get physicals out of the other side, you would go to 10 KTF to get those. Now seeing the link with ApeCoin and the intersections for interoperability, knowing Gaio series links with, Red Hot Chili Peppers, with U2, with Madonna, knowing how big that Madonna concert was at NFT NYC for WoW, right? Like these things within the NFT ecosystem that also translate outside to what is the IRL world, right? Outside of our NFT sounding box. I think that there's some transferable pieces, like you're saying, with ApeCoin to be joining with Gucci and with Tag. These aren't accidental links, and we can trust these teams on the backside to be able to be building partnerships that are going to be sustainable for the future. Because at the end of the day, right now, what we're really looking for, at least myself, I'm not so much hunting for these quick profits right now as much as I am for sustainability within this Web3, right? So to each their own, I can't speak for anyone else, but for me, I think that there's like what is value and where can it be applied, right? And I think that some of this symbiosis, at least for me personally, like, and for us as community members, like knowing that this project's linking with these big corporate names and knowing that, hey, maybe there might be a spot there for us too, right? Where you don't have to give us monetary value. You could just help us along the way with what we're doing at the Damn Show. Maybe we can have somebody from Gucci on one day on the Damn Show. Wouldn't that be amazing? So there's these little things where fingers crossed, if we could have, say we get somebody from Adidas. We already had Ben Mayer White, but there's these other links that could happen through what the team's doing that can create value for us in ways that we're not even conscious of right now.
Okay, so very interesting tweet by Wagme-san that it came out in the middle of the night for me. And I was like, boom, oh, what's happening? Tweet by Wagmi-san. But then it was like not news for 10KTF specifically, but news for the whole NFT space. So Wagmi-san says, I hope this gets to New Tokyo in time for our next mission. And what is it? It's the warm wallet that Wenew Labs has been developing. And it's something that we knew already they were doing because we got some tweets in the past. I don't know if it was tweets or we just got on Discord or we got tweets. It was like this idea of having an intermediate wallet where you connect your cold wallet, and then this intermediate wallet that they're calling warm, which is between your hot and cold, it's going to be able to be connected to anything you want it to connect to. It's going to show which NFTs you actually own in the cold wallet, but you're never putting your at risk. So this is crazy. Like, I love this so much. The whole space needs it, and it's incredible that Wenew it's coming up with this protocol, because this is going to be incredibly big for anything happening in the NFT space. So thank you so much, Wenew. We know that this company is like incredible, so thank you.
Yeah, and like one thing I want to emphasize is that this is a open sourced protocol, open sourced thing that anybody can use and have their own website for it to do the exact linking of hot and cold wallets. This will just be Wenew's front end website where you can go, but the hope for this is that this becomes the de facto standard for the NFT space to link to verify ownership and assets. So instead of having to pull out your cold wallet and connect that to verify that you own a Bored Ape or a 10KTF item, when you link a cold and hot together, it'll be able to use that connection for you to use your hot wallet, in this case now a warm wallet, and it'll never put your cold assets at risk. So even if you get scammed because you go to a scam link and you connect your warm wallet and it tries to steal your Bored Ape or your 10KTF item, it won't be able to because there are no items in that actual wallet itself. So huge innovation that it'll really be just up to the market on how projects use this and how much it gets adopted. But I think this is way better than right now, where we link literally our cold wallets to the internet to verify that we own something. I can even see how this will now make it easy for all of us that hold our 10 KTF assets in a cold wallet. It's going to make Battletown so much easier because now we don't have to walk around carrying our ledgers in case a surprise mission comes up and you miss out on a badge so that you don't get an airdrop.
You're not salty.
I'm not salty. You can just link your wallet and now you have an easy way to go to missions as well.
Team 9.5 toes all day, right? No, but seriously, the innovation of this team is absolutely incredible. And I think that sometimes, we get caught up in the hustle and bustle within the NFT space. One thing where I've been so focused on for myself as far as the trust in this long term of the project is that this isn't, one artist and two developers that got together and one community manager, 4 people that decided to throw out a project, right? This is Wenew, which is a 20-person team in itself, with Possible, right, which is an additional 20-person team that are all very well-established professionals in all of their own lanes and their specific fields that create truly a superstar team on the backside in what they do. And then we've got our superstar team of community members doing what we do on our end and given the trust to be able to do what we do and represent this company at the level that we do. And while we're all a bunch of tinfoilers and fucking conspiracy theorists, we really try to get y'all the best information possible so you can be just as informed as we are, so we can all grow together into the future of whatever this project looks like, And so the innovation level of this team, it's not an accident that we're seeing, these test cases be brought forth where battle.town, we get to use a warm wallet to connect with. So we have our assets in our wallets, but they're never officially staked within that, right? And it's the teams work through these loopholes, looking at, like, with Wolf Game was having some issues because they were originally staked already, right? So they had to come off their first staking and then get staked into this warm wallet. And the teams had the time to work with this and kind of redefine their process and what they want to do with this. And so I'm really excited to see what the future of this looks like. And like you're saying, it's an open source system, so it's applicable to the market as whoever in the market sees fit to use, right? And I think that's where the future of decentralization we're really looking to go in Web3. So good on Wenew. Let's fucking go, you know?
Let's go. And
Oh,
I think, yeah,
sorry, the soulbound tokens as well. Like
right.
Mhm.
this team was working on soulbound tokens. The new Tokyo map that got put in Wagny's wallet is a soulbound token, and like just knowing that they were working on these things ahead of the curve before Vitalik had even came out with a paper and mentioned like what soulbound tokens are before it
Yeah.
took off in the larger space. This team is far ahead of the curve as far as the knowledge needed to be able to work into the future of what Web3 will be.
Some big shockwave news in the NFT ecosystem. The blue chip project Moonbirds went cc0 kind of out of nowhere. Let me pull up the Twitter thread that was tweeted out by the project's founder, Kevin Rose. So it's a long thread that I encourage you all to read, but on August 4th, so just a couple days ago, Kevin Rose announced, today we're announcing that Moonbirds and Oddities are moving to cc0 public license. We believe this move honors and respects the values of the internet and Web3 and starts a new important phase of the project. So this really sent shockwaves around the NFT space, and a lot of people had a lot of questions. And there's been a lot of Twitter Spaces. I've jumped in on some of these Twitter Spaces. So let me summarize some of I think the comments that I've heard and some of my thoughts about this. While cc0 is an important facet and it's an important experiment in Web3. And for those of you who don't know, cc0 essentially means Creative Commons Zero. And so what that means is the art is now in the public domain, meaning anybody can use it to create anything they want. They can license it, they can sell merchandise, whatever it is, it's in the public domain. Anybody can use it. A good example of that would be something like I heard this earlier in the space, something like Dracula. Dracula as a character is in the public domain. Anybody can create a movie with Dracula. Nobody can sue anybody about anything. And so when I think about a NFT project that started off with like a 3 Ethereum mint, that was maybe $10,000 to $12,000 at the time, possibly even more. And people had their IP rights. One morning you wake up and surprise, those IP rights are gone. It's now cc0. So a lot of the conversation that I heard was not necessarily about cc0 and is it good for an NFT project. It was actually the meta point of how is this Web3? How is this decentralized when somebody can just wake up one day and decide this for everybody that owns the asset? The website said that I own the asset, that I own the IP, but this just showed that I actually don't. It's the fact that people had no say in any of this. Was just announced and decreed once again, which is very centralized, very top down. And a lot of people are wrestling with that. And quite frankly, like some people have been monetarily even hurt by it. There's a person that had a one of one Moonbird that lost a 6-figure license deal the moment the news was announced that Moonbirds is now cc0. So we have Lackhose.eth, and you can see his Moonbird right here. It's the glitch.
Mhm.
It's the highest rarity. And he said, shortly after the Moonbird cc0 announcement, I actually lost a 6-figure licensing deal that I'd been working on for a while. I understand the decision, but the approach by the team could have been much better, upwards and onwards. This wasn't just in a vacuum decision by an unknown creator saying I'm going cc0. This was a very big project with a very notable founder, Kevin Rose. And the project itself had Ryan Carson, who magically left 4 days after the mint after collecting millions and millions of dollars. And like, I have to ask, like, what is going on with this project? There's something weird here, and I don't like it. I have some thoughts about how cc0 could have been done, but I'm gonna open up the floor. Diamond, I know you had some thoughts about this.
Yeah, similarly, like, and let's be clear, Moonbirds is in our 10KTF ecosystem,
Mhm.
right? And so, I mean, within all that, it's still an appropriate measure to ask these questions, right? Like, what is going on with this? It seems like a little bit late in the game to mint this out to be 3, 4 months into your project, then all of a sudden switch up to cc0. I get that the oddities, people are mentioning the oddities mint didn't go the way the team necessarily wanted, but there's a lot of individual factors that go into people's perceptions and what value is in NFTs, right? And so maybe Kevin Rose has something cooking on the back burner that he just hasn't really released yet. I do not know. But like you're saying, it's just a very peculiar time to be switching up late in the game, knowing that your holders have been working with the IP, understanding that we're going to be moving forward with IP, and then to switch up to cc0 without any conversations being had with the community about how that could be done. One thing I've noticed is there's a lot of Moonbirds that are asking a lot of studious questions. There's not a lot of emotion involved. They're not upset per se, but they have questions. And I think that a lot of those questions are valid as far as, why wasn't there any type of a vote put up to try to figure out whether this was something the community even wanted to do? And while I understand, running projects by committee is not in anyone's ideal, right? When you're making such a large move with a branding of what you're going to do with your project, I think that having some community feedback and knowing that your community got to, like as a community member, knowing that I got to put some input into that, whether it was respected or not in the final decision, that's not important as much as it is knowing that, hey, I at least got to put my vote in or my voice in there and I was heard. That there's a level of respect in that I think is, once again, nobody wants to run a project by committee, but it's something to think about. And I think 10KTF, I mean, not to shill the project in itself, right? This is a controversial moment. Let's be clear about that. But I do appreciate that 10KTF at least has given us the opportunity to vote on some of these larger community issues, how NTD might be allocated for the long term, and how the project might work with voting applications. You at least take the community's feedback, and then you can tell them how you feel as a project about moving forward if it's different than what the community wants to roll with. But I don't know. I think it's opening up a very conscious conversation for us to have as an NFT community. And I think that, like, as we continue to grow within the space, it's not bad to ask questions about what's going on with your project. And that's one thing that I'm appreciative to see is the open air conversations that are being had over NFT Twitter.
Yeah, I would have expected also some kind of vote or something like we do besides 10KTF. Also in WoW, we have that where we vote for many things. Like when it's something that affects the whole community, they usually try to put it on a vote and listen to the community, what the community prefers and everything. I also remember the day that we got full rights on our WoWs. There was specifically written that they took this decision without considering the community because it was giving more rights to community members, not less. In any case that anything will give less rights or whatever, there would have been a vote 100%.
Yeah, and it gets into this greater conversation where I don't see why there needs to be a decision like all Moonbirds are now cc0. I don't actually see the need for that. What if it was everybody that has a Moonbird can choose if they want to make their specific Moonbird cc0 or not? And how you do that is you go to moonbirds.com/cc0 and you connect your wallet. And here you can decide to pay like a small fee in gas to put it on chain that your Moonbird is now cc0, meaning everybody can use it. And there's a database that anybody can go to and look at which Moonbirds are cc0 and which ones aren't, so that nobody gets in any trouble for license. It's a model that gives everybody that complete control. And so if people find value in cc0 or really believe in it, they could have gone and made that decision for themselves for their specific Moonbirds. And then you can let the experiment play out. Let's say 3,000 people made their Moonbirds cc0, and then over the next 4 months, they found that it was a lot easier for them to get deals in some sense, or, have the Moonbird be featured in more content. And so other members noticed that and they're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to turn mine cc0 as well. And because you would pay gas and it would go on chain on Ethereum, it's irreversible. But everybody has that choice to make. But we're still in this model of like, it's everything cc0 or nothing is. And it's just such a weird, strange thing. And honestly, I see this going on for quite a while because some people are saying they've actually violated some of the terms of service because they bought a product and overnight you just change the product, which isn't what we agreed on what I was buying. And so this seems like a really big thing. And I'm not a fan of how they handled and went about any of this. Well, of course, we're going to see more Moonbirds and derivatives. What I heard on the space with Kevin Rose was that this is good for you. This is good for Moonbirds. But it just seems very much like in Web 2 when somebody in corporate America has to deliver news that isn't actually good. But if I just say it's good for you enough, people will just think that it is. It really just felt like that. It genuinely felt like, this is good for you. Trust me, this is good for you. And oh, hey, we got a little guest in the back.
Yeah.
I was listening to this crypto space the other day with
Hmm.
Seneca, and they were talking about CCOs and like the importance, like what crypto's doing. CCO from the jump, that's Grimplin's like thing, right? Where like Grimplin looked at some of the issues going on with IP and some of like the hurdles to even like the legal protections of that IP to get like secure those. And was like, you know what? It's just easier if we just CCO everything and let the community roll and create a vibe instead. You know, this obviously isn't that type of a vibe, but one thing that I was listening to on their space with Seneca that I was very interested in was
a little bit of a different way of thinking, like as far as the way you're going to build out your project. And I love that, like the forward thinking vision that Cryptotes has as far as making sure you build your resume to be able to market yourself through what you're doing in your CC0, right? Like that's all branding, that's all building into your larger who this character is going to be, right, in Web3. And I think that's a beautiful thing to start thinking about for some of our NFT community members, is like really writing down what you've done along your NFT journey. I know like my 1 year anniversary of NFTs is in 5 days. And like, that's a great time for me to look back and say, hey, like I've been in NFTs for a year. Let's document this. Let's talk about the moments. Let's talk about how many times I've done this and really build that out so we can have these opportunities, not be waiting for them when they come, but be ready for them when they arrive.
Yeah. Preparation is everything. And you know who's been preparing for a very long time? One of our very beloved community members, Ethan Shortz. So we wanted to take a couple minutes and shout out Ethan Shortz today, because Ethan has been creating these incredible community visuals and 3D visuals. He's very creative, and I wanted to pull up one specific one for this week because it's absolutely incredible.
A lot of alpha as well.
A lot of alpha in Ethan Shortz. We have Tim Smith that tweeted out on the 3rd NTD next phase, and Ethan Shortz. There's so many layers to this.
There's too many people. Oh my god. Okay, diamond hands.
We have
Hideki.
Hideki in the back. We got diamond hands as a duck. We got wisdom.
I love it.
This is Ethan Shortz right here. And all the books say NTD, tra-la-la money, funny money, coins of the world. I don't know how he finds this, but
That's
this
amazing.
is incredible. So shout out to Ethan Shortz for everything that you do for the community. We love your stuff. Keep it going, man. We love it.
Yes.
And Ethan's always got this visual speculation. Like there's little tidbits in there too. He ties what we're talking about in the chat or what we're working on our big theory, and he'll tie it up and put it in a visual like aesthetic for us, where like it's like if you know, you know. If you read into the visuals, there's hints in there for you. Ethan, you're amazing. Can't say thank you enough. He's my guy. The first person to ever like be like, hey, Diamond Hands, how's it going in my DMs? Like first person to interact with me on like an interpersonal level, like fucking Ethan Shortz. And that was actually through something that he did. He did a personal little NTD allocation behind Wagme, behind the counter in the shop, and put himself next to it. And then I photoshopped, and I was asked him for permission. I was like, can I Photoshop that too? And then I put us together. And now Ethan's holding it down for all of us. So thanks, E. Anyways.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ethan. And also for the image that he made of all of us for the 6 months anniversary of 10KTF. That was amazing. Thank you so much. I love that image, and so many OGs are in there.
Yeah, that's an iconic image, and the 1 year is just over a month away. Isn't that crazy? The 1 year anniversary of 10KTF and all of us jumping into Discord. And with that, we're going to wrap up. We will see you next time on The Damn Show. Everybody, please like and subscribe if you like this content. Follow us on Twitter at The Damn Show with an _. And we are doing another giveaway this week. It's the second week of Boss Wolfmas. So second week, there's going to be 2 other giveaways as well. Look out for on Twitter how you can win that. And if you won this giveaway, Logo Cryptos, you are the winner of this giveaway. We're going to be in touch with you. We're going to send you a DM. Look out for The Damn Show in your DMs. excited to get you into the 10KTF universe and welcome 3 more people in the next 3 weeks. So take care,
Yay.
everybody.